So the next part of any paper, part 2, is the issue. In other words, why are we reading this case study? Now, that's what I said, right? And what does it teach us? Okay. You might also say, what happened? Okay. This is the question part. Now, the issue, an issue can always be put one of two ways. You can make a statement, or you can ask it as a question. For example, okay, a statement could be something, issue presented, would be, let us say this. Manufacturers within the supply chain failed to provide necessary components in a timely fashion, period. The same thing could be then reworked into a question to say, why did the suppliers fail to supply necessary components in a timely fashion? So it's all how you want to do it, okay? It's what you're most comfortable with. It's the issue. Why are we looking at this case? Now, this is my practice tip, okay? The issue is the second component, right? Because it's the executive summary now to the issue. So it's actually the second part of the paper. But what I'm going to suggest to you is it will be your first step in the response preparation process. In other words, you read the case, and you got to read them. You will never be able to do this by reading the case one time, okay? I've never been able to do it. I want to say I'm halfway bright. I've had to read them 3 and 4 times, because every time you read it, something new comes to the fore. So the first thing, okay, and your first response, or to what the issue is, it might be good, or it might be wrong. You never know, okay? But it's the first step in drafting the response, okay? In other words, why are we here? What are we reading this thing for, okay? And I'm going to, at the end, I'm going to show you, I'm giving you a document that will help you actually to figure these things out. But, so it's the first thing that you want to figure out, but it's going to be the second part of the paper, okay? I found that to be very useful. Now, the next part of the paper is going to be what we call salient facts, okay? So you figure now, if we identify the issue first, now we're going to do the facts. So I'll see you in that lecture in a few minutes.